Lai Mohammed, not Peter Obi, should be charged with inciting public, Ajaero, NLC president, says. Wow, so Ajaero is the new NLC president, and he is saying here that Lai Mohammed should be the one to be charged with inciting the public and not Peter Obi. So why is he saying that? Let's see what he has to say. He's also saying that federal government is adamant in looking at subsidy alternatives. President Nigerian Labour Congress, Comrade Joe Ajaero, has over the years been in the trenches fighting for labor welfare and democratic system in Nigeria. Ajaero was the delegate in the 2014 National Confab, thus he is sufficiently informed about the nation's politics and governance. In this encounter with Sunday Sun, the fearless and courageous labor leader speaks on very sensitive issues including subsidy removal, battle with Imo state government, 2023 election assessment, and ethnic profiling. Okay, we have had the supplementary elections last Saturday. Reflecting on it, was there an improvement on the previous elections, presidential and the governorship of February 25 and March 18? No. If you check, the supplementary election has no deep effect on the election in the first instance, because after the last election, winners emerged, but INEC, for whatever reason or motive, had to stop further coalition from some centers. Even if the candidates say they are not running again, what they scored in the last election was capable of securing victory for them. So most of those elections, election winners are already known. But as usual, there were in some places that INEC tried to behave the INEC way as regards manipulations. So talking of improvement in an already skewed election and result will not be appropriate. There were evidence to equally undermine the so-called runoff elections and all that. INEC couldn't have improved overnight, and for me, so far, there is no confidence in INEC. They have made us to believe that hard work doesn't pay. Rather, what you need to know is INEC, not the people. So it's really very bad. So it's a kind of question and answer session here. So about the election, Ajaero has said there's actually no improvement. INEC couldn't have improved overnight, and that is true. And now there's another question here for him. How would you react to this sad development of hate speech and ethnic profiling of the Southeast people, especially in Lagos State? Hey, wow. So his response is that the development is a sad one and condemnable. As an Igbo, full-blooded Igbo, I tried to restrain myself and I didn't want it to sound we and them. But if somebody that is Igbo said he will invite IPOB to Lagos and he was arrested and invited as somebody equally issued threat to the Igbo and he is moving about boasting, you can now see for yourself that there are two different laws in operation, and this is very unfortunate. If we know what MC Oluomo said, and this has gone viral everywhere, and you can see a pretentious police who are not worthy to wear the uniform. The comment of Oluomo is real, and for the fact that they don't want to equally question him is unfortunate, and that cannot breed confidence anywhere, anytime. I don't know where he is obtaining his own strength, whether he can stand out and do wrestling with anybody if not for the illegality and lack of action from those that should protect individuals. Oluomo can't come out and say, okay, let an Igbo man come out. Let me engage him in a battle of strength. Physical strength, he can't. He doesn't have the strength. So why will he be boasting about issuing threats and he is allowed to get away with it? It is only unfortunate it is a failure of the state and its apparatus. I wouldn't want to go beyond this. Who is Oluomo to challenge an entire Igbo ethnic group? What offense did they commit? So sad. But as I said, it is simply the failure of the state and its apparatus that is giving rise to some of this illegality. And that is true, actually. Okay? And that is true. Another question was thrown to him here. There was this accusation by the Information Minister, Lai Mohammed, that the presidential candidate of the Labour Party, Mr. Peter Obi, has committed insurrection, which is a treasonable offense. That he, Obi, has been inciting the public against the government. So what have you to say about that? Okay, and now what he's saying is, which comment has he made that is inciting? Let us underline any of such comment. Look, it is the person talking of insurrection. I mean, lying Mohammed is the person that should be charged for inciting people against Obi. It is reverse psychology against the people. But unfortunately, some of us have stopped taking the comment from Lai Mohammed seriously. We see it as a comic relief most of the time. He says what he is not supposed to say, turning white to black and all that. I have not seen a comment to be highlighted where either Obi or Atiku or any of the presidential candidates are inciting people or whatever. If there is any inciting statement, I will make comment on them. But if it is that they say that they won election and they have gone to court to challenge it, and somebody who says he believes in democracy sees such a democratic process of resorting to the judiciary or the temple of justice as insurrection, then that is too bad. Okay? And he is free to use words. He is free to invite people. He is free to invite the state to use the apparatus, an instrument of coercion against no less a person as presidential candidate of party. Then that is bad and regrettable. Wow. So that is where the issue is coming from here. You cannot say Peter Obi should be charged for treason because he is inciting people and calling for insurrection. What is insurrection? Go and ask United States, they will tell you something about insurrection. What statement has Obi, Atiku, and other opposition party members made that is up to the statement made by APC spokespersons, even Tinubu himself, the president-elect, and even the APC, what they call it, thugs and thug leaders like MC Olomo and co. They have made the worst of statements ever in the history of Nigerian politics, but they are still working freely. All that MC Olomo did not issue empty threat. He issued a threat against the Igbos and he effected that threat during the election, and nothing is happening. Okay, FFK has come out to say they will make the country ungovernable if they don't swear in Tinubu. Nobody is saying anything about that. Okay, they have used the regulatory statements against Labour Party and against Peter Obi. Nobody is saying anything about that. So, and that is why Ajero here is saying that it's like Mohammed himself that should be charged for inciting the public against Peter Obi and not the other way around. They are just deploying the reverse psychology style where they will attack first before they are attacked. So you will be on the defensive side and they are on the attack side. That's exactly what they are doing. And they know it's a tool they are using in psychology. Unfortunately, Nigerians already know their secret because these people, we know their composition, we know their antecedents, and we know everything about them. They are not to be believed, they are not to be depended upon. So, and that is what Joe Ajero is saying. Nigeria is just unfortunate to be in the hands of people who are actually not fit to even raise a family, not talk of leading a nation. So thank you for listening, and let's have a comment.